Pick up another you call in the parking lot of Tucson. Are you with me? When I stand with the roof gone, I pull up like Jimmy Neutron. Then you can get a move on, like you haul, and I know you need to go slow, but we could go faster. Money the best.
My bad. Good morning. Oh my God. Listen, I'm sorry. I sound crazy. I woke up. I went back to sleep. Okay. I don't know why. But I had this crazy, weird dream. So I want to apologize for coming in late. It started in late. I know I had a subscriber. They probably got a child. I ain't worried about it no more. But I started late. I want to apologize. The dream was some weird shit. Hey, I want to apologize for waking up late, starting late, and I'm supposed to be here, but we're here now. We're here now. I had a certain amount of time to get up, but we're here now. We're gonna move forward. I apologize. What's up, y'all? Welcome in. Oh man, I know y'all seeing what's going on, honey. Child, honey. Right. So listen. I moved TikTok to a little certain time. Hold on, I think I got the wrong thing open. Hold on, let me go to this one. I think we're on the wrong one. Here it is. Okay, that's it. I'm sorry. I should have looked at it. This is where we're at. Okay. So, I'm sorry, y'all. Oops, my bad. Okay, so listen. We here to talk about the situation of them trying to force babies, right? Now, as y'all know, we are, the production rate is low. The highest rates are between the mid to late 30s and older. They don't want that anymore because they feel like it's not rapidly becoming with this economy. Like, even though we talk about teen pregnancy, y'all, it's really not much. Hold on. And here is the thing. They told us, oh, these certain amount of people are on government assistance and they this and that. It really wasn't. People are just now finding out. We gotta be lied to this whole time. Let me play some stuff. But they are trying to force teen pregnancy. They're saying stuff that let me see if I can find that video. Let me play this one and then we'll get into if I can find that video what CPAC said in the View.
Full stop. Yesterday, Katie Miller, wife of White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller, condemned that teenage birth rate is not higher. Miller said that hormonal birth control is, quote, killing population growth and that our biological destiny is to have babies. She cited that teen births have crashed 81% since 1991. So let's translate that. They're nostalgic for a time when more girls were having children before they had options. Teen births have dropped 81% since 1991, and that's not a decline, that's progress. Because in 1990, as a little reminder, 43% of teen mothers ended up in extreme poverty within 5 years. Republicans are increasingly clear by the day. The next target is birth control and IVF. You see it in proposals from the Heritage Foundation, behind Project 2025, in state legislation, and in public messaging. Their argument is simple, clear, and being repeated daily. If women didn't have birth control or IVF, they'd have kids earlier, and the birth rates would go up. But data says the opposite. Women are not delaying children because they can. They're delaying children because they have to. Housing, unaffordable. Childcare, unaffordable. Healthcare, unaffordable. Food, unaffordable.
Yes. Unaffordable. Childcare, healthcare, food. Trust me. I have one. And to think about another one right now is crazy. Gas prices. Childcare is stripped away. Department of Education is no longer. So it's like, listen, if y'all ain't watched The Handmaid's Tale or the New Testament, y'all might want to start watching it. Because trust me, it tells a lot about what's going on.
And all these things the Trump administration is just making more unaffordable. Birth control doesn't stop families. It makes them possible through family planning. Access to contraception lowers poverty rates, increases earning potential, and helped drive nearly 1/3 of the reduction in the gender wage gap by the 1990s. This is about control and limiting women's choices, and the call is coming from inside the White House. The Trump administration wants teen pregnancy to rise, full stop. Yesterday, Katie Miller, wife of White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller.
Let me read to y'all what Katie Miller said before we go on, because I knew this was coming. This was the plan. America has a full-scale birth rate collapse. It is a crisis fueled by the delayed motherhood, toxic career-first culture, and the lie pushed by the legal media and feminists that kids are a burden. Fertility rate is now down 25% from 2007 levels. The teen births have crashed 81% since 1991, with another 7% drop in 2025. It remains stuck around 1.6, well below the 2.1 replacement level. That is true. I'm gonna play this. Y'all might have hear CPAC twice. But that's a good thing. I mean, y'all took away childcare. What the teenagers supposed to do? Sit at home and not have a life? Let me tell you something. Y'all finna stop these girls' mental growth. Let me explain something to you. When you have a child young, you stop your growth because majority of the time they can't finish school. They don't know. So they have to learn to grow mentally and everything else, right? By the time the child hits a certain age, they start experiencing what they didn't get to experience. So they're outside more. They're enjoying their life. People are not. This glorifying of being pregnant is crazy.
If you are not speaking with your family around the dinner table about these issues every day, it is high time to start. If you're not encouraging your children to grow up and have the courage to get married and have kids, more kids than they can afford before they think they're ready, it is high time to start. It is these.
We don't need a lot of kids being Olivia's. We want, like Olivia and them, right? We don't want that. And we can't say that. At least Jasmine went to college, but still. College is a thing. Finishing school should be a thing.
Choices like deleting our dating apps and quitting birth control. If you are not speaking with your family around the dinner table about these issues every day, it is high time to start. If you're not encouraging your children to grow up and have the courage. You're not encouraging your children to grow up and have the courage to get married and have kids, more kids than they can afford before they think they're ready. It is high time to start. It is these choices like deleting our dating apps and quitting birth control pills and saying I do at the altar that ultimately trickle.
If you win in November, can you commit to prioritize?
Hold on. I want to say something before we get into this thing. The men out here in the world are not letting. Let me explain something to y'all. Y'all see the married women that voted for this shit. They think it's so well and nice, and we gonna talk about that. I'm married. I have the man. They should be prioritized too and have the babies. Let me explain something to y'all. If people pay attention to all these women that are pregnant being found or unalived, the abuse and all that stuff, they wouldn't be pushing this. The teenagers that get pregnant by grown men and they're found unalive or missing, Naziah, it's like spitting. And when I heard that some black people voted, I was shocked. Because let's talk about it real quick. We talked about Naziah Harris and all of y'all felt so, oh my God, how could they? But it's like spitting in Naziah's motherfucking face. Janiyah and any other, Janiyah McMichaels and anybody that has been unalived that y'all so-called loved, essayed because they were pregnant with a man that don't want the baby or older than them. It's like spitting in. Do y'all not understand why people are mad at people? It's like you spitting in people's face. I don't give a fuck about that. Anyway, I care because we're on social media, but it's like I don't give a fuck. If you really give a fuck about the kids, you wouldn't promote this shit. If you really give a damn about the person that you knew that went through this, you wouldn't promote this. You wouldn't promote this. These girls are coming up pregnant and missing. We just talked about Sadidi, who was pewed in the face. The face. Because he just had a baby with somebody else. And he didn't want a baby with her. And he didn't want her to find out he had another baby. Let's talk about something else for a second. We just seen Naziah Harris and how people were so pissed off. Oh my God. Why would he take the coward way out? But y'all doing the prioritize of children being her age, starting to have children. That's a spit in the face. Y'all want to talk about the victims in Miami after being touched on? That's a spit in the face. I'm not understanding. Like, what y'all ain't coexisting with this? The younger you have children, the better. Because that helps push their pockets. What I want y'all to understand, this war ain't just helping push no pocket. He had to do something. Too many people are starting to boycott. Nobody's having babies. He has to have this money pushed so he can sit at a round table and y'all just sit back and suffer. Ain't that some crazy ass shit? What round table you gonna sit at? This is the same conversation I had before. Y'all how do you allow somebody to get a $2 million plane that you can't put your tail in? You can never touch. It's like okay, no offense to Tasha K. That's like Tasha K making all these millions, but she can't touch that motherfucker. That is crazy work. I would go insane. I made this and I can't touch. I got to give it to somebody else? Oh, hell no. Hello? Yeah.
Advertising legislation to make childcare affordable? And if so, what specific piece of legislation will you advance?
Well, I would do that. Childcare is childcare. There's something, you have to have it. In this country, you have to have it. We're going to make this into an incredible country that can afford to take care of its people, and then we'll worry about the rest of the world. Let's help other people. But we're going to take care of our country first. This is about America first. We can't take care of daycare. We're a big country. We have 50 states. We have all these other people. We're fighting wars. We can't take care of daycare. You got to let a state take care of daycare, and they should pay for it too. They should pay. They
don't have the funds to pay for it because the funds that they do have has to come from if it's taken for anything of an emergency. So he's basically saying, pay more taxes. Yeah, pay it so I can have this ballroom and, and have all the kids y'all want to have, but you guys just have to get married because you're taking money out of the pocket that I need it for. Yeah, go ahead. That's what he's telling y'all.
Have to raise their taxes, but they should pay for it. And we could lower our taxes a little bit to them to make up, but it's not possible for us to take care of daycare, Medicaid, Medicare, all these individual things. They can do it on a state basis. You can't do it on a federal. We have to take care of one thing, military protection. We have to guard the country.
You're not encouraging your children to grow up and have the courage to get married and have kids, more kids than they can afford before they think they're ready. It is high time to start. It is these choices like deleting our dating apps and
Yeah, people deleting their dating apps. Do you not know how many? Hey, Gloria. I'm sorry. Hey, Gloria, how many women are being unalived by these psychos going on dating apps? Like, do they not pay attention, or do they give? What? Justin Fairfax? What? I don't believe he killed himself. Hold on before we start. So, Lieutenant Governor of Virginia, Justin Fairfax, it is reported that he is deceased.
Former Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax shot and
he unalived himself and his wife. The children were home at the time in Virginia.
killed his wife inside of.
But y'all saying have babies. Yeah. I don't.
Of their home and then shot
right.
and killed himself. I know he was served some paperwork recently. Apparently, the paperwork indicated when he was next to appear in court. That may have been a spark. And detectives will figure that out. That led to this tragedy here. Again, a mother shot and killed, taken from her children, and then he takes his own life.
Disturbing breaking news out of Virginia. Fairfax County Police say that former Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax shot and killed his wife and himself in what appears to be a murder-suicide. Fairfax's children.
I will do more on that tomorrow, y'all. That is crazy. I got a lot of content for us today, tomorrow, this week, so I'll do that tomorrow. I hope y'all like my content schedule. I do. Where my girl at? Oh, here she go. Okay, Potty Mouth. Shout out to Potty Mouth, Pollyanna. I hope I said her name right. Hey, Cece. Okay, I want to send my prayers to the Fairfax family and the White family. Hold on. I also want to pray for the kids. They lost both parents, so I send my prayers, like, for real. God darn it, what just happened? Because that's just hurtful. That's so hurtful. And I don't even know how old the kids are, but
quoting The Handmaid's Tale. Katie Miller, wife of Stephen Miller, the See You Next Tuesday posted this a few days ago at the news that birth rates for teenagers had dropped. Since 2007, the teen birth rate has fallen 72%. That's good news, Katie. That's a good thing. Only a crazy ass bitch would think that's not. But she goes on to talk about how hormonal birth control is poison.
I want y'all to know who Katie Miller's husband is. It is Stephen Miller, the one that y'all told me that looked like American Dad. That is her husband.
Women, and how for the first time, birth rates in women in their late 30s have surpassed those in their early 20s, which again is a good thing. Grown women who are educated, who are able to provide for babies, not children giving birth to children. Then she says this: our biological destiny, hold on that for a second, is to have babies, not slave behind desks, chasing careers while our civilization dies. Excuse me? Biological destiny. If that sounds familiar, it's probably because of this.
We had choices then.
No, you have respect. You have protection. You can fulfill your biological destinies in peace.
Biological destiny.
Children, what else is there to live for?
So that's the first time we hear it in season 1, episode 5, when Fred refers to biological destiny. Having children, it's the only thing we're for. But then Serena Joy also mentions it in episode 6 of season 1.
Healthy births has dropped 61% in the last 12 months. That is exactly the problem that we need to focus on right now. The future and the future of mankind depends on what we do today. If you and race is in danger, every single one of you, women especially, embrace your biological destiny.
Biological destiny is in the book and the show. It is the foundational concept, if you ask me, that the birth rate's plummeting. We have to save the human race. It's our biological destiny to reproduce, in which they end up with concubines, sexual slaves, that they put in with these rich and elite families to force them to birth the next generation that the women giving birth don't actually raise. They hand them over, and then they're moved on to another family to do it again. And Katie Miller, the wife of Stephen Miller, who is arguably the puppet master of this entire Heritage Foundation administration, is going full Serena Joy and demanding that we embrace our biological destiny, but not us, children, teenagers, children who can't even drive. All the while, she's a woman who works full-time and didn't have her first child until she was almost 30. They're quoting The Handmaid's Tale. The right is so desperate for children to be giving birth to children that they're quoting The Handmaid's Tale. Katie Miller, wife of Stephen Miller, the See You Next Tuesday, posted this a few days ago.
So that's what's going on there. But yeah, they are. With some of the stuff they're saying, they're trying to rush these people to have kids. Hold on. And so the lady, the one that I showed you from CPAC, she had something to say. So
million years did I think the thing.
So she had The View tried to cancel her, she claimed. And I'm going to play what The View had to say, because Whoopi Goldberg said something that made me go, that's a fact. Like, I grew up hearing that too, and I'm a millennial.
That people were going to freak out about was me encouraging other women to get married and have kids. But here
Isabel, middle name Brown. Lying is a sin, and that is not what you say.
Around the dinner table about these issues every day, it is high time to start. If you're not encouraging your children to grow up and have the courage to get married and have kids, more kids than they can afford before they think they're ready, it is high time to start.
It's such a tired conservative trope. I don't know why they're persecuting me. I just said I want women to have babies. No, you didn't. What you actually said was you wanted to encourage young people to have children they aren't ready for, that they can't afford. Do you know what happens to children born in situations like that? Food instability, lack of education, neglect, abuse, and often displacement. None of that is pro-life and none of that is pro-family. Because for all of your jibber jabber about you're so pro-life, you're so pro-family, I don't need you to tell me what you believe, because I see what you believe by what you do. And when it comes time to take care of kids and family, you and your movement consistently vote against it. When that child needs food at school, you vote no. When they need funding to public education so that they have a chance to get a job and survive and have a family of their own, you vote no. When the parents need affordable health care so that they can take their kid to the doctor, you vote no. When it comes to resources for that impoverished family that has more kids than they can feed, you vote no. Because the same family you're going to tell, just have as many kids as possible, it'll work out. Even if you can't afford them, when they have those kids and those kids are hungry, you will look them dead in the face and say, well, why did you have more kids than you could afford? That was irresponsible. You also vote against paid maternity leave, even though most families need a dual income now. And you vote against things like DEI that allows for women to have equal access and opportunity in the workforce to get those good jobs so that that family can survive in a system that is not affordable, that you keep voting against. You're against affordable housing, but you're super for tax cuts for billionaires, because the goal of this isn't about life. You don't give a shit once they get here. You don't care about feeding kids, taking care of them, giving them resources. In fact, you're encouraging parents to put kids in a situation where there may not be enough money and food for them. Instead of saying, be careful how you plan your family so that you can give your kids a good life, you instead want to create a system of dependency, because this isn't about being pro-life. It's about being pro in alignment with your beliefs, how you think people should live, because this is about power and arrogance, that you get to determine other people's destiny. And it doesn't matter how much they suffer, as long as they fall in line with your very narrow view of what a family looks like. Being pro-life and pro-family means that you are very intentional with the children that you bring here, making sure that you can give them a good and high quality life and take care of them, that you are the best version of yourself before that child comes into the world, instead of just falling in line with a movement that wants to keep you poor, keep you trapped, as long as you follow the rules.
In a million years, did I think the thing that people were going to freak out about was
She didn't lie. She didn't lie. That's the truth. I don't care how nobody look at it. That's the truth. You need to be married. Let's talk about that for a second. Let me go to Facebook. I was gonna wait to talk about this till I got more information. There was a woman here in Houston that was 8 months pregnant and missing. And let's get into that fact for a minute. 8 months pregnant and missing, Ashanti Allen just found deceased. In a heartbreaking update, the family confirmed the devastating news on social media in days of desperate searching and prayers for a safe return. What life been at an urgent missing person case has now turned into an unimaginable loss of two lives, a young mother and her unborn child. Ashanti and her 8-month-old baby. Explain to me why a woman should have her own, and we're going to talk about that tomorrow or Monday. I'm trying to get all my other content out, and we're going to just start regularly with Monday. We're going to talk about Ashanti Allen. She's not the only one that's been pregnant, missing, and unalived. Childcare, it is none. So without a woman being at work, they have to pay for childcare. We're going to get into how much childcare is. We're going to get in how much, even if you are married, how childcare can affect. Good morning. How high food is. What's next to come? Oh, it's a lot, honey. And y'all are saying, yeah, cut off the dating apps, you guys. Just have the children.
Activist Isabel Brown had a message for her fellow Gen Z women.
If you're not encouraging your children to grow up and have the courage to get married and have kids, more kids than they can afford before they think they're ready, it is high time to start. It is these choices, like deleting our dating apps and putting birth control pills and saying I do at the altar, that ultimately trickle down into the political policies that we will see save our country.
Just want to say, years ago, they used to come after women of color and accuse women of color of doing this very thing.
My ultimate beef with this is that it wraps a woman's worth up in her ovaries in a way that for too long has happened.
Yes.
The whole women's movement was not about bucking the trend of staying at home or loving tradition. It was giving women a choice to do what they wanted.
Where is the call to responsibility for the men who help make these children, right? I don't know why it's always people lecturing women what they have to do or not to do.
God, this is so crazy. And this one's personal to me because, as some of you may remember, not only is Isabel a friend of mine, I wrote a book, we used to do a show together for a while, but her husband, when Anna right there, when you're talking about the men.
Wait a minute.
Well, her husband.
Stop. She's married to the guy that says all women are good for is kissing babies. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me put her down for the cult situation for tomorrow. Next week. I know you damn lying. That is her husband? Oh, hell no. Wait a minute. Where is my paper? Let me write it on this. Okay, so y'all remember we talked about that. I'm going to do some research on these motherfuckers. My pen ain't working. So, hold on. This is going to be for our Wednesday. Because I didn't know that's who she was married to. That's not him. Let me go back a little bit and show y'all him. Because that does make sense. I'm going to play a little bit of
Anna
it.
right there, when you're
Hold on, I'm going to play a little bit. Don't worry.
talking about the men, where are the men in this? Well, her husband, Isabel's husband, Brock, used to work for me for years, and he's a great guy, and I was thrilled. I not only attended their wedding, I was thrilled to be there and thrilled
Hey,
to
Mocha
find out when we had
Madness.
dinner with them one night at their house that Isabel was pregnant, and when they ultimately decided to move from Miami so they could be closer to home because that's what they wanted to be, so that they could have grandparents around as they were raising their children and everything else. Like, I was nothing but happy for them, even though I loved both of them and, would have loved to have them stay here. The idea that this has nothing to do with the man's decision, they made those decisions together. It's the least controversial thing you could possibly imagine, right? It's saying take some responsibility, do what your parents did. Most of us, our parents probably didn't have enough money to have kids, but went out and did it, and you find a way, you figure it out. Maybe if you marry somebody you love and you have some kids, you can build something great together and share what was given to you by your parents. And as Jordan Peterson would say, you can quite literally build Jacob's ladder together, which would take you to the kingdom of heaven.
I wouldn't be surprised if Isabella Brown husband is not just a Christian nationalist or capitalist, if I said it right. I wouldn't be surprised. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's under the same teaching that the Duggar family was under. Because once you remember what they said, we have been going down a rabbit hole with that and what they believe in to wife to be, because she wears a lot of dresses. I wouldn't be surprised. And we're going to talk about the Duggars and what I found out too this Saturday on Saturday Live about them being white nationalists, and they were following that teaching, and they were pretty racist, and they try to act like they had black friends on TV. But not all of them are that way, as we have seen, but some of them are. And they had to get from under that. Oh, we're going to talk about it, because it all is wrapped up in one if you really think about it. Let's be clear. Oh, yeah.
And if you want to do this in a sort of biblical sense.
Conservative activist Isabel Brown had a message for her.
I wouldn't be surprised. Let's get into something else. I wanted to keep this an hour, but let me, a matter of fact, let me see if I can find Isabella Brown and her husband. We're going to get a little bit into that before we get into this other stuff. Oh, she wear pants. Oh, okay. But still, I don't trust her. And she's young. That man is old.
June. I absolutely love marriage. It's been wonderful, but it's hard to try to learn how to live as one flesh with this other person who's so dramatically different from you, because men and women are so different.
What would you say is your key?
The key, prayer. For sure. Every single night we pray together before bed without fail. Even if we're in the middle of a fight, we're like, you know what? Let's just get rid of it. Let's just
by
pray.
the way, is the funniest thing.
Oh yeah, you're like,
you're being a real right now. All right, okay.
Dear Father
Dear
God.
Father, I'm so sorry that I called her that.
It always without fail softens the tension,
That's
which
so
is
funny.
good. That's true. Certainly.
The fact that y'all agree with her and sitting with a woman whose husband told her that all she is women are good for are babies and kissing babies and shouldn't get a job is insane. Because when these men decide to leave, they can leave, excuse me, freely as we have seen, until they have to get their children. If they don't want their kids, they can leave freely. The mother cannot.
Being married, I think you can feel the shift. You don't longer feel like the burden is in your hands, but you know that God is here to hold a relationship. And the amount of times that you're able to just go to him and be like, okay, help me through this, give me the wisdom, help me, guide me through this issue. And then he helps you resolve it together.
You
that
do
in
feel
marriage,
like a third person's a part of it.
yeah, if you do it the right way.
Yeah.
Let me see. Because I forgot who her husband is. I'm going to find him because we're going to get into it anyway. But I'm going to share y'all these rates and then the birth rates. And then we're going to get into teen pregnancy videos, because I don't want the girls to think if they get pregnant, because they would think, oh, if I get pregnant, he's going to help me take care of the baby. He's going to be there. And as we've seen on Teen Mom and 16 and Pregnant, most of those women who were teen mothers are single mothers and got married to another person. Exactly. With a trade wife income. Exactly. We don't want to hear it. because that's exactly what's going to happen. And we're going to talk about how that is later on today, and how, and I'm not being funny. Y'all know me and God have a relationship, but how some of these Christian tropes have put into a play. We're going to talk about Tina and how Tina Campbell should have left her husband before he left her, and she stayed, and he just filed divorce on her after 20 years and 2 years of separation. We're going to talk about it. Because a lot of people like, damn, yeah, okay, she voted for the orange man, but she used to be. But at the same time, like, girl, you should have been left that. Like, okay. So the birth rate has fallen. It says the general fertility dropped from 53.1 births per 1,000 women ages 14 to 44, and it's down from 53.8 in 2024. The total number of births declined by 1% to 3,660 and 400. 3 million. Oh no, that's million. I'm sorry, y'all. 3,606,400. The teen birth rates have dropped 15 to 19 between the ages of 15 and 19. I'm sorry, y'all. And dropped 7% to a record low of 11.7 per 1,000 females. Age shift, okay? Birth rates for women in their early 20s decline, while birth rates for women in their 40s to 34 increased to 3%, indicating a continued trend of delaying childbirth. The U.S. remains below the replacement level of 2.1 children per woman, which is necessary to keep the population stable without immigration. Because remember, the immigrants were the ones having the children. Exactly. Women are fine. Hold on. Now they have things called child care assistants, where they have a child care group. The child care rate has gone down too. And we're going to talk about how much it is for infants, since they want y'all to have babies. You have an economic factor, which is, housing costs, childcare costs, student loan debt, making raising children difficult, delayed parenthood. More women are choosing to focus on education and career, postponing childcare to later in life. Increased access to care, better access to conception and education. Let's look at the rates of STD rates, because I think this also play a standard in it as well. So the STD rates has went high, and this is why women are kind of like on the heels of not having children and sleeping around. You have in the U.S. indicate, and then they trying to make this. I don't know if the person with Project 2025 thought about women and people. STDs are a high thing now. There are STDs you cannot get rid of. Okay, the 3-letter word. Ain't nobody trying to get caught up with that. They want to live, baby. Y'all want it, you go have it. Okay? They want to live. Do you not know the outbreak of the 3-letter words that you can't get rid of? HPV is a thing. Like, do you not understand that they're a thing? Yes, and not have children. Right. Women are starting to rise up and choosing not to have children, and it all simply because they don't want to be. Back in the day, you were raised to have children and marry, and parents used to have huge families. Exactly. Nobody wants that. And then the child, some of these women had to take care of their siblings. Like, yeah, I had to watch my little brothers and sisters. Like, nobody wants that. Again, STD rates, okay? 20 million new infections annually combined. Reported rates for STDs, as named, are 73.43 per 100,000 in 2024. Okay? Young adults 15 to 24 are most impacted, representing 50% of new infections because the parents ain't talking to them about it. So it is rising STDs and STIs. And then you sitting here telling women to take the dating app off and have, ain't nobody, news flash to y'all that think y'all know everything that ain't in the dating world. Ain't no motherfucking body is disclosing ain't nobody disclosing, okay, what they have, they might chart. News flash, some of these folks are crazy. News flash, okay? The fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, oh yeah, have kids. Shut the fuck up. Half of the time, and then women are going into the doctor's office, news flash that their husbands are sleeping on them, and when they go get checked, they have the first one because they man don't know how to keep it in their pants and want to hide behind a closet. Stop playing with people's lives. Y'all are crazy as hell. That's how I know y'all psycho and out of touch. So let's get into this child rates, okay? So infant care centers, okay? Infant care. How much you pay in child care? And I don't blame her either, true crime. My son and my niece said no. They say no. I asked him, I said, well, he said, if I get married and find the right person, yeah, but other than that, your grandchild would be a dog. I say, so I have a fur grandchild? He was like, yeah, but other than that, no, I don't, no. My niece said the same thing. Yeah, I'll wait. Well, he was like, in my 20s, I'm not, no. 30s or 40s, you might get a grandchild, but it'll be a fur baby. Yes. Unalive issues like this. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I told them whatever make them happy, honey, I'm here for it. It costs a lot. And then let's be for real. Children see how the parents are. Even if you try to make it cookie cutter like y'all don't have relationship issues, kids are prone to nowadays to pay attention to what the mother go through or the father go through and look at it through a lens because they see so much. You might want to argue in the room, but it don't mean that they don't hear them at night and be like, you know what, I don't want it. If that's what come with it, I don't want it. I don't want it. That's fine. And that's how they're looking at it because they go through a lot. So the infant care center is an average of $946 a month or $11,349 annually. Toddler child care is $910 a month. This is why Miss Generational can't afford it, but vote for shit like this is wild. Or $10,900 or monthly, or $10,921 annually. So look at the amount you're paying for childcare. The drop in part-time is $75 to $150 per day for infants. The areas in Dallas, so this is in Dallas. That's why she's trying to get assistance. Yeah, I don't want, one is fine. My cousin, shout out to my little cousin who just turned 18. Her mother was married, but imagine it was still a lot because she had her in they had them in after school activities, stuff like that. It's a lot. It's a lot. Right. He never seen anything like that. Most kids, oh, mommy and daddy arguing. You never know what they arguing about. That's why they don't want it. But yeah, the infant care is almost always the most expensive due to higher staff to child ratios. So that's why it has increased. And imagine how many women who go to work and trying to feed their families, and they're out here being told, no. you know, watching women become teen moms and doing it by themselves, I want to show you. Don't know children want that. They're looking at people be teen moms. You can't go outside. You got to be a full-time mom.
Answering y'all's questions as a teen mom. Is the dad around? Yes. How old are you? I'm 17. How did your parents react? Both of them were really supportive after a few days of kind of taking it in. What's her name? Her name is Brynlyn. Why weren't you on birth control? I think birth control is bad for you. It messes with your hormone levels and your period cycles, and it's not natural whatsoever. Do you still live with your parents? I'm 17. Where else would I live?
I bet you. I already know her parents, actually. But let's continue.
Do your parents watch your baby all the time? I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I'm with her 99% of the time. The only time my parents watch her is if I go to Kroger or something, which is literally 5 minutes away. Do you and your boyfriend live together? Yes, but we go from my house to his house every few days a week so that we could both spend time with our parents, and they could spend time with Brittany. Why won't you get married? We don't want to get married because we can't afford the wedding we want right now, and we don't want to get married because we had a baby. We want to get married because we love each other, and we're ready to share that with all of our friends.
She's going to be with another man. I'm just saying it. I'm not trying to be funny. They are not going to be together.
Family. What about school? I actually graduated 3 months before I even got pregnant. If anyone has any more questions.
Oh, we're going to be together. No, you're not. We've seen this before. Let's go to this.
Let's go through photos of me hiding my pregnancy my senior year of high school, and let me know if you guys can tell if I was pregnant. I'm nap trapped, so this is how we cope. This was my 18th birthday. I honestly had no idea I was pregnant. The cake, a little ironic.
Oh, she had a baby.
This was Easter Day. This was before I found out. I ended up finding out like later that night, but pregnant and didn't know. This was my senior prom. Literally, my family knew at this point, and like probably only my best friend. Like I don't think I told anybody else but her. This was graduation. You obviously couldn't see. I wasn't showing at this point though. I think I was only like 10 weeks at graduation. This is my grad party. I was convinced that I was showing and was sucking the whole day because I just didn't want comments on it. Everybody knew there, but I didn't want anybody to comment on it. My gender reveal, if you can't tell, I was shocked that it was a girl, but I had more of like a baggy dress on. I really did not want anybody to comment on me being pregnant. It was just like embarrassing to me. So I was constantly hiding my bump. Like, not that I'm embarrassed of her, but like, I don't know. I just hated like the attention of it on me. I think I was around 23 weeks in this. This was golfing with my boyfriend. I could not bear through summer without like, it was so hard hiding my pregnancy during summer because I couldn't wear like long sleeves and baggy clothes because I was so hot. I think I was 30 something weeks in this. This was my boyfriend's graduation. Again, same baggy dress, hiding it. At this point, I had announced it. These were my maternity pictures. I announced in August that I was pregnant, and then I had her on Christmas Day. Here's a good one that was a throwback. I think I was like 20 something weeks in this. Again, I saw this, and looking back, I was tiny, but I thought I was huge. Like, it was literally like, oh my.
Yeah.
Say that you're gonna be.
Oh, I got music. My sister was a teen mom. And I've said this before, my sister was, I was like, She was a teen mom. And she just had one. And I was like, you don't want another one? You know, you had them. She was like, no, I'm fine. And we can get into Toya, how Toya was a teen mom, Ray Janae mom. And look at her.
Known as Toya Johnson, the baby mother of Lil Wayne, posted this picture on her Facebook. And she said, the caption says, "Oh my God, I was pregnant with Reginae on this picture. This was 1998. I wasn't going to post this, but this is my reality." And of course it is, because, you know, we very much see the child that you and him created together. But what really like made me a little uncomfortable.
So let me say this. Ray Janae, okay, Toya and Wayne had Ray Janae in 1998. That's when his career popped off. I think she was like 14, 15. He was 15. They're a year apart. Like Toya and Wayne are like in the same age class as me. Like she's a millennial as well. So I think she like 2 to 3 years older than me. So if I'm not mistaken, I have to look and see. I know that we're not that far behind. I say we're probably like 5 to 1 year, we'll say the age difference, right? So let's put it like this. I think they got to be, because when it was 1998, let's see, 10, yeah, 4 or 5 years older. Yeah, 4 or 5 years. Toya and him got pregnant with Reginae when she was young. They got married at 18. The marriage didn't last long. Wayne was dating Trina and everybody else. They were married at 18, divorced at 21, 22. So it was just Toya. She didn't say she didn't want to be known as Wayne's wife. So Toya was working towards creating her own thing without Lil Wayne. So after that, time go on, she was single. And Toya don't just be dating any and everybody, okay? She went with K. Michelle Etz. The marriage didn't last. And for a very long time, she didn't get remarried. So this is her 3rd marriage that is lasting, and she has a daughter. Remind you, Rain is 9 or 10, I believe, and Reginae is in her 20s, her late 20s. Let me make sure. No, she'll be 30. She'll be 30 this year, okay? She'll be 30, I believe. Let me see. Because her and Tiana are the same age. And Tiana mom was a teen mom before she got with Fabulous. So, and guess what? Yeah, she's 27. She'll be 28. And guess what? Ray Janae has no children. Tiana just started having kids at Ray Janae's age. Tiana just turned 30. She just had children in her late 20s. You see how that's a decision because they watch their moms? They don't want that, and their moms want better for them. Yes. Yes, she did. She did. Yep. And remember, Toya's mom was out in the streets, and she had to take care of her siblings and a baby. You see why their children, why Toya and Emily was so hard on her kids having a career and, going to college, not living through them, because they want them to have a life. They know what it's like. Yes, she wants a life and travel. Reginae not trying to have no baby right now. Reginae is enjoying herself. I love that for her.
Talking about, she looks like a baby. Well, it's really no secret that she was a baby. Her and Wayne were babies when they had Reginae. She was like a freshman in high school on this picture. Now, granted, they had some people, you look 10, you look 12, da-da-da-da-da. But listen, of course she looks 10 and 12. Because black don't crack. You feel what I'm saying? I always looked younger than what I was. When my mama would tell people my age, they were like, she is? She don't look like it. When I was getting ready to go to high school, they thought I was going to middle. Like, that's just how youthful the melanin does to the skin. But no, seriously. People was like, oh, I didn't know she was a teenage mom. I didn't know she was a teenage mom. Okay. If you have been following them as of late or in the past decade, then it's kind of obvious that she was a teen mom. Their age difference tells it. Simple math. Y'all sometimes be acting too oblivious for me. And I really hate when people act stupid. It don't be rocket science, for real. It don't. It really, really don't. And some of y'all talk about, oh yeah, New Orleans girls feds. First of all, I'm not from New Orleans. I'm from a neighboring city. However, sweetheart, girls everywhere are fast. It wasn't just in 98, only New Orleans girls getting pregnant in their teenage years.
I won't say fast, but yes. And then another thing I want to say too, I know I'm starting to see a disconnect with the aging. Okay, let me put this out there. They are walking with rose-colored glasses on because folks feel like Beyonce is in her 30s or 20s and she met Jay-Z, who they've been married to for 18 years when she was 18 or started dating. That's not true. Just like they're looking at Toya, oh my God, you're so young, you're 12. Let me tell you something, black don't crack, okay? When you age great, you don't crack. I know y'all used to seeing people look old and y'all feel like people are vampires and your mind is consumed. They are not aging. That's how we looked. And I know that some of y'all look a little older than us at the age of 18 or teenagers. It's our freshman year, you know, look a little older with the way you dress. That's how we dressed. You still look young. I'm not understanding. We just age differently. I understand y'all think, oh, y'all young, and then you want to call us old, but then until you realize the age. That's just what it is. I had to tell people in the comments, yes, T, that's it. That's it, girl. I had to tell people in the comments, she was 8, like with the Beyonce Jay-Z, she was 18. I'm like, no. She dated Lindell. That was her first longtime boyfriend. And she was dating before she met Jay-Z, and she started dating him and another artist, and she chose Jay-Z because she was dating. She wasn't in a relationship. She was 20, 21. Before her 21st birthday, they were dating in a relationship. So what do you mean? It's in the song Summertime on her first album. She's explaining how they got into a relationship. Oh, Beyonce is 45 going on 46. Kelly Rowland is 40. I know they look young. Toya, let me tell y'all how old Toya is. Y'all mouths finna drop. Toya is young. Toya is... Let me give y'all Toya right age. Like, Toya is 42 years old. She would be 43. Yeah, taking care of herself. Exactly. We had skincare routines. Let me tell you something. I'm a millennial. I was 21 when I had my son. So yeah, I know I was mad as hell. Shit, I was trying to live my best life, but it didn't stop me from living it. I just had somebody to live it with, you know what I'm saying? Which was fine. But we had routines, right? Our mamas didn't play. We are the children that went outside and ate dirt. Y'all remember that? We took dirt and made mud on our face. We were bad. We the children that threw ant bands at each other. Like, and our mamas had to rush in and give us a bath because we were doing too much. Like, you know, we learned, we are the kids that drank water out the faucet. So I understand y'all like, how y'all look young? That's how we started drinking water. We couldn't run in and out, honey. That's just what it was. I think it's the products too, because growing up, the food products were very much different than it is today. Growing up, and that's why when you hear a lot of people say they don't taste like it used to taste no more, it tastes weird. They don't taste the same, because when we grew up, it wasn't artificial products. It wasn't artificial products like it is majority now. It wasn't much like that for us growing up. So pig feet, like when I get a jar of pig feet and I stop buying it, the Big Reds, Big Johns, or whoever, I stopped buying it because it tastes different. It didn't taste the same. I remember it had more of a vinegar taste, like a vinegar taste. It was more vinegar, more, you could taste the seasonings. And now you can't taste it no more. Boiled eggs. I used to love the red, pink boiled eggs. They don't taste the same to me no more. I noticed that in early 2000, they started to do a shift. The sausages, I used to love buying them, and I brought one. But then as time went on, getting more into the later of, like, let's say 2018, when I tried it, it didn't taste the same. It's like something is different in the product. So it's like most products we used to love do not taste the same. And when we tell y'all that, oh, they just, no, it don't. We've been around this shit for a minute. We know what tastes right. We know what tastes fucking nasty, okay? 12:15. What time I got my other live? But yeah, like they are forcing it. They're trying to glorify pregnancy. Let me be honest with y'all, okay? Because I became a mother. Let me tell you something. Who you lay down, and I'm going to tell you what they're not telling y'all to promote y'all to have these babies. Who you lay down with is who you're stuck with. You're not just stuck with his family, the aunties and the cousins you don't like. That's who you stuck with too. You're not just stuck with the family, you're stuck with the friends. Okay? Oh yeah, the friends that's going to be around, okay? So that little auntie and that mama relationship, you not stuck with, oh, you're going to be stuck with him. He's not going to always help you with the baby all the time. That baby going to stay lashed to your titties and you going to be up all night. He going to have to go back to work regardless of how glorifying they trying to make it. There are going to be times you're going to be crying because you don't know why the baby crying. There are going to be times where you just don't understand what's wrong with the baby. You change their diaper, you feed them. What is wrong? And the same people that is telling you, have a baby, have a baby, have a baby, are not going to be the same people to be there to help you. Oh, that baby's so cute. Ooh, I can't wait till the baby get here. 3 months later, okay, girl, I've been busy. How was the baby? You okay? Is everything okay, girl? Oh, man. Ooh, girl, let me call you back. I'm going to the show. You're not going to be able to go to the show all the time. If you don't have a village, don't have his baby. If he don't have a village, don't have his baby. Boys, men, come here. If she needs you, be there. You can't hang out with your homies. You ain't got time to hang out with your homies. They're going to feel some type of way. If she don't have a village, don't get her pregnant. Like, I don't understand. I don't give a damn how much the government is trying to motherfucking tell you, have a baby. Them motherfuckers ain't going to be there either. Okay? They're not going to be there to help you when that baby cry. The only thing they're going to be is if you neglect your child to snatch their ass up. Hello? Don't do it. Yeah, they're living in the parents' house, baby daddies and stuff. No. Let me tell you something. Y'all not going to always be together. There's going to come a point where you just going to break up. I don't care how many people say, well, I was with him since I was 18, girl. We still together. They can't stand each other. Let's be for real. They don't like each other. Well, I was with since 18. You can see it online. I was with since 18, girl. I can't stand that nigga. I wish I met somebody else. Girl, I want a date. I don't know. He don't change. Whatever he got. No, I don't give a damn how good it look. You hear me? Oh my God, he get on my nerves. Ugh. Yeah, no spending the night, okay? Yeah. Like, come on, man. Ain't no, hell no. No. And to the mothers telling their children, help your children if they get pregnant. Oh, well, you got pregnant, girl. You got to learn how to help her. Postpartum is not a fucking joke. Be there with her when she go into labor. The mortality rate for women who have children, especially Black, is not a joke. Don't just start kicking her out. They are dying and they're trying to do. Let me tell you something. Start reading them laws of what they're trying to do. And stop playing and choosing a nigga over your kids. I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of it. Fathers, be there for your daughters so it won't be daddy issues. Wait. I'm telling you, everything it's not gonna be, oh, he gonna love me every day. I love him every day. You're gonna have times you can't stand that motherfucker. You can't stand him. I don't like him. Like, it's just normal. It's okay. You're not gonna like him today and what he does. Don't mean you don't love him. But make sure he want to be with you and you make sure you want to be with him. Because when you hit college or you graduate, you start to grow up. You're like, yeah. You know what? This is different. You start to change. Your young body and young mind don't know. Like, I don't understand these people. Enjoy your life, travel. And if you probably is a teen mom now, that don't mean you can't do anything. That don't mean you can't do anything. You still young. Because I guarantee you, there are women that were teen moms at your age that are just starting to live their life and act the fool because they never got a chance to. Please have a child when you're ready. It's a lot. And it don't get non-expensive. Because once they hit teenage years, it's a lot more expensive. It's a lot more stress. And it's a lot more worrying. You think you worrying when they're baby, the worrying stays and it gets rough. Because now with what's going on, you have to watch out for your kids. They go have fun. And then, if something can happen or, they need to pick up the phone or whatever. Trust me, they get that teenage baby. They don't like to answer their phone. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Y'all got the good time. They don't like to answer that phone. They don't want to answer it. Text back, none of it, honey. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know you text me. Oh, my bad. You can't answer the phone? No, I was busy. I text you, see if you're okay. I mean, and then you got to lay down the law when you look like the bad parent. Yeah, no love, no glove. Exactly. You look like the bad parent. Let me see your phone. Oh, that don't stop there, honey. Sneaking out. Yeah, thank God I ain't been through that. But I have had one of my friends like, baby, they sneak out. Give me the phone. Don't do stuff. Don't tell nobody they going somewhere. Yeah, it's a lot of that shit. Because they feel like, man, I'm finna be grown. Hell no. You don't know how to tell nobody where you're not going. When my son tried that shit, you don't know how to tell nobody? The fuck? I'm sorry. Yeah. Do you not know how to tell, sir? Excuse me. Oh, my bad. No, you tell me where you're going. Trust me. Yes, it's $300,000 to raise a child from newborn to 18. It sure is. It sure is. That include activities and other stuff. It costs $3,000. Facts. Baby, location is always on. And another thing, let's talk about the location. You know how you want to go sit and eat somewhere without your teen kids? That location always gonna tell you. Baby, they don't give a damn. Oh, he ain't gonna want that girl, No. Ring. Hi. Hey, Mom. Where are you? Oh, I'm just nothing, sitting in the parking lot thinking. You sure? Uh-huh. It sounds like you're eating. No, I'm not eating. Oh, well, you at such and such. Can I get a meal, please, too? No, I'm telling you, it don't goddamn matter, okay? That's the shit you gotta go through. Right. Don't do it. Exactly. Don't do it, honey. Honey, I sat there. I was like, my location was on. No, here is him. He'll look. If we don't say we going somewhere, when we back, we'll go sneak and get us a fry or whatever. Here he go. And then y'all make it so bad. My child got my debit card connected. So he know what I spend my money on, right? So I get a call. Where we was at? We were my location. We share location. It wasn't at with the McDonald's. I went to Ross, and then we were going to the grocery store. So I get a call. Right? Are you near Five Below? Five Below? I say no. We not near Five Below anymore. We going to such and such. And hung up. I say when I came in, I say, what you want from Five Below? Oh, I just want a mochi. What? Get out of here. They said little mochis. I'm like, sir. Yeah, I just wanted some stuff from Five Below, a couple of noodles and this and that. Called and hung up and said, okay, and hung up. It was on the weekend. I'm like, sir. So it don't stop there. It don't. Even if I go to In-N-Out, the phone is ringing. It don't stop. Check my text messages. What do I have planned? I'm telling you. I'm like, sir. Oh, if I turn off my location, he's going to question about it. Who am I with? What am I doing? Yeah. It's bad. Y'all think listen. Enjoy your life, because I'm telling you, once you be able to chill and want to hang out, if you have kids, I'm telling you, they figure like they run your whole world, okay? Take your time. It don't $300,000, $3,000 to take care of a child. Do you understand? Even after the child is 18, you still got to take care of them. That's just what it is. They get hungry, need somewhere to stay. I told my son, if you move out and anything else, you're welcome. I don't care if you married. Y'all are welcome in my home. And I'm not going to be, listen, it's hard out here. You're welcome. That's fine. You're welcome. Y'all are welcome. I don't have a problem. I will help out. Whenever that time comes, he's welcome. So, right? Shoot. I had to learn quick. And you know what? I used to do my mama like that because we didn't have locations back then. But she always had that little Nextel, a singular phone. And I'd blow up the phone. And if she was out with her friends, I used to like it. I'd be like, can you bring me something to eat? Some Maryland's. And then, you can go. Because I'm finna go. You ain't leaving my house. So if I wanted to sit at home all day, yeah, just bring me some Maryland's fried chicken. I don't give a damn. I'm cool. Or a sandwich. I'm straight. All right, I'll bring you some pizza for later. Okay. That's what it was. It shoot. Right. Child. Yeah, I do that. I bring food for everybody. But if it's food here and I want to sneak, like last night, we cooked. We really didn't want that, when we settled, because we didn't feel like cooking. And so my sister was like, I want to go get something to eat. So yeah, we got something to eat last night. Everybody had something. Hell yeah. Shoot, sometimes it be like that. Don't get me wrong. You just don't feel like you can eat what you cook later. Let it sit in that season for a little bit longer. You cook it later, warm it up. Hell, other than that, hell no, shit. But yeah, y'all, I'm finna end this live. I'll be back with TikTok Thursday. Oh, we got so much to talk about. I will see you guys at 12:45. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. And then y'all know this is our last week reacting all the mommies or one of the mommies or whatever the case. I do have a schedule. Monday will change with the last one. Y'all know we'll do live in the afternoon. But Monday is just Brianna and Janelle. Other than that, we will next Monday, not next Monday, the week after, we're going to do Scott. We're going to catch up with Scotty with the baby. And then we'll get ready for baddies. So that way I can have that slot for them whenever time being. And we'll discuss Scotty show. Well, Lemmy show. Yeah, we got a schedule, honey. We gonna have to schedule that. And we're talking about Krishan today, y'all. So y'all be prepared. It's a lot. It's a lot. So yeah, we'll be talking about Krishan. I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I see y'all at 12:45. Bye, y'all. Well, my time. 1:45 y'all time. Bye, y'all.